my name is Michael Mensah, and I go by the name Makwim. Those of you already know me by that name. Actually, those if you haven't or if you are not aware of what we are doing, it's actually a discussion we are making based on a book called The Richest Man in Babylon, which was written by George S. Clason, right? So we are actually exploring it, and then we actually talk about the seven the seven cures, right, of a lame person. Now we are going to talk about the 5 laws of gold, of which we are about to discuss on this particular episode. So stay tuned. Now the first one he talked about is he said gold comes gladly and in increasing quantities to any man who who put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. So what does that mean? Putting 1/10 of your earnings. What it means is that this gold that they are talking about is not actually gold as in sikakoko. We are talking about gold in the form of the money that you are making or the treasure that you are making or wherever you are getting your treasure from, wherever you are getting your money from. So you have to be keeping 1/3 of that particular earnings. So let's put it in a way that let's assume that you are paying a tithe as you pay in a church. You are also paying a tax as you pay to the government. You also have to keep a part of that particular money to yourself, which is 1/10 of whatever you are earning. So if you are earning like 1,000 cedis, you have to keep like 100 cedis, right? 100 cedis of that particular 1,000, which is the 1/10 of it, right? Keep it somewhere, right? So I'll put it in a way that keep 10% of whatever you are earning, right, in a particular somewhere. The second point he talks about in these laws, or the second law of the 5 laws of gold, is that gold laboreth diligently and contentedly for the wise owner who finds for it profitable. What does this statement particularly means? What it means is that gold actually earns a profit for a wise investor. Let's assume I invest my money into stock, or let's just put stock somewhere. Let me just take it like treasury bill. Maybe I bought a treasury bill, and then maybe in a treasury bill that I bought, like I have let's assume the treasury bill yield a percentage of 20, right, which is 20%, and then I actually maybe invested like 10,000. So the 20% of the 10,000 is actually how much? It's actually 2,000 as my profit at the end of the year. So if I could leave that money there for 1 year and then I come back to pick my money, I should be having somewhere like 12,000. Now, what do I do? Do I just take the 2,000 and then go and spend it and then reinvest the 10,000 there? Or do I pick my actually 10,000, which is the principal? Do I have to keep that principal? Or do I take it away and then leave the interest there and then let the interest rather earn? So as a wise investor will reinvest all the money together into that particular bond or whatever it is. So if let's assume at the end of the year the money becomes 12,000, right? So if I go back to the bank in a year time and then I go to withdraw my money and I'm withdrawing the whole of 12,000, I will not actually take part of the money home. I will actually reinvest the whole of the 12,000 again, because I know that 12,000 will now be earning me another extra 20%, right? For the 10,000, another 20% for the 2,000. So automatically, what it means is I'll be earning somewhere like 2,400, right? So that is what we call compound interest. Compound interest is in the form of like getting an interest and then reinvesting that interest again, right, to get another interest. So a wise person will not take out the profit that comes out of that particular business or money or from the bank or wherever it is coming from. So your source of income, you should have another way of feeding or depending on your feeding, and then concentrate on the profit that you get, reinvest that particular profit again so that you actually earn extra or more. So the profit that you even reinvested will also create another profit for you. So you see that your money will start increasing or duplicating on its own, and in time, and before you realize, it becomes bigger and huge in this figure. and that is why we call it compound interest, because the interest keep yielding on its own, and then the profit that comes even also reinvest itself and then keep yielding again another profit until the figures are large, right? So that is how a wise man actually invests. So think like a wise man and then you reinvest your money in a diligent way. That's what he talked about in the second point. Third point is saying that gold clings to the, he said gold clings to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling. Just like we said earlier, we talk about how you will invest your money and then not ending up losing everything, right? And we talk about the risk that is involved. We actually talk about even venturing into this online trading, cryptocurrency, this lottery betting and other stuff, right? If it is of higher risk and then you invest in it, then you are actually excuse me to say, you are being stupid or foolish, because you are going to lose all your money. But if you have a deep knowledge and you know how it works, you know that your money will, will earn you, or you earn money from it, or it will yield some interest or some profit from you for you, then probably you could go for it. But if you have no knowledge of how it works or that particular business works, don't actually take any advice from anyone. There's an option of you running into a business, right? A business that you have a clue about. There are people that actually invest in business they don't even know. People just tell them, oh, this business is good, so if you do it, you earn money, and they also want to do it, and they end up losing their money. But if you are a person that thinks very carefully and you are very cautious about where you invest your money, you will actually know where you are investing your money before you even venture into it. And that's why he's talking about clinging your money to the protection of the cautious owner who invests it under the advice of men wise in its handling. So you should seek advice from the wise counseling of people who are actually good investors, or people who have knowledge about how to make money. So that is how you go about it, and that is very important in your day-to-day activities. Fourth point here, it says that good sleep away from the man who invests it in businesses or purpose with which he is not familiar, or which are not approved by those skilled in its keeping. So what did this mean is that you know this somehow familiar with what we just discussed earlier. What it means is that you shouldn't trust your money in people who do not have any knowledge about the business or whatever that you are in. So you don't just invest money or throw your money into anything at all that you don't even know about, a business you don't even have any knowledge about. Now, the last one we are going to talk about, which is the last law of good, is that God flees the man who would force it to impossible earnings, of who follows the alluring advice of tricksters and scammers. And this is very, very important for us today, and especially those of us who are into quick money searching, or those who are into quick money, or who want money quickly. People always come and be like, oh yeah, actually, like, bring me 1,000 to get 10,000, or like, oh, there's a shortcut of getting this money, like pay me this and then get this, or maybe I'm giving these big bonuses and stuff, so just pay this and then get this. There are people who are into this kind of scamming and stuff, so don't just think of getting the money quickly. No, don't trust your money in those kind of quick way of getting money, because your money might lock. There is nothing like quick money in this world. Everything is a strategy, and it takes time to earn profit. It's all about patience, and then actually planning your investment structure, your business, and everything, so that it actually goes well. So there is nothing like quick money or something. So you should be very careful where you invest your money or who you trust your money to. Actually, summarize everything with 6 lessons that he actually packaged for us at the end of the book. So he talks about, the first point he talked about is the importance of saving and investing, which is what we actually talked earlier, right? You must be able to save and invest wisely. And also, he also talked about the dangers of debt and then overspending. We talked about the expenses earlier, right? How to spend. You should control how you spend your money. And also, talking about the debt, we didn't actually talk much about debt. Debt is very, very dangerous, and very dangerous for all of us, right? If you know you are owing, or you borrow something, or let's say uh, you borrow something from someone, you have to pay it quickly so that it doesn't actually eat up your future earnings, right? So if you have any debt along, you have to pay it off quickly and move it out of your way so that you'll be able to save. Because if you don't save and you are owing and you are always paying off, you might not save for yourself. So when you pay it off, all your debt off, and then you clear them off, then you can actually concentrate on how to save and then invest yourself, right? And then he talks about the value of hard work and perseverance. So working hard, and then also perseverance is like pushing, right? Even though we might fall along the way, we might flop, we might do something, some mistakes, and then actually fall. Business might rise. We might even start business and the business will go down, but you have to rise up again and persevere, right? That's what he talk about, the perseverance. And then also he talks about the importance of financial education and planning. As we talked earlier, we need to educate ourselves financially. We have to be educating ourselves on new skills, on ways of investing our money, our returns, how to generate more money, and then also how to also create networks of people, right, who can be mentor to us, or who can be um, great help or to us in our financial journey or financial freedom. Now he also talks about the power of compound interest. Just like I said earlier, I actually explained what compound interest is, right? Which is basically an interest upon interest, right? Or an interest on interest, right? And the interest you get from the interest you already had. So you reinvest that interest to get another interest, right? So the interest keep yielding on its own, and then it keep yielding on its own again. So the interest have a child, the child has another child, it continues like that until you have a very large digit or figure of your money, right? And then you also talk about the need for patience and discipline in achieving financial success. So those of us who rush a lot, or who always want quick money, we are always in rush. We need money quickly. So mostly when we see people who have already made it in life, we start questioning ourselves. So when will I also start earning like this? When will I also become this particular person? Or when will I even achieve this? People have been through a lot. Apart from those that actually take the shortcut of getting their money, which is very, very bad. And at the end of the day, everything have its own repercussions, right? So you don't also involve yourself in that. But if you actually want to enjoy your money, or you want to earn money, or actually create wealth for your generation and yourself, then you have to start learning how to be patient, also hard working, right?